I have wanted to say so much about Sector 2 to you guys for so long. I started helping out with Sector 2 around late 2021, so it's been a very long time. This video is here to serve a purpose of answering questions of what has been going on. What is going wrong in Sector 2? As you can see from the title, I think you can kind of tell and you got a gist. But anyhow, this video is not any hatred to anyone I mentioned in this video. This is just the story of what went wrong and what went down on Sector 2. I don't think anyone is at fault for this. I think it was just a big mess. So, yes, I elaborate that it was definitely a mess. And so it's very difficult to be able to figure out the future for it. Hex has retired. If you don't know who Hexavilius is, he was the main builder for SAKTK. He made the sewer expansion, he made the Wendigo area, he made some really amazing stuff for this game, and I respect a lot of what he's been able to do for this game, even if there were some issues that happened down in Sector 2. He also helped me make the Winter Parkour mountain, which was awesome. That event was just great. So I just wanted to say, if you don't know who he is, he was a builder. He has retired now, but he was a builder and he helped out a lot with SAKTK in general and building like the surface update as well. Sector 2 was basically based off of the old Aberration area that never came out in like 2020, I believe. And so, you know, that area was leaked. It was on the test servers, but it just never came into the actual official game. And of course, Aberration's now a boss now, so it's not like that area matters as much. But Sector 2's main idea was to really base itself off of Aberration and to be something that could actually expand and answer questions to that new area that we've all wanted for so long. So that was kind of how it went, but no one really knew how to answer those questions. No one knew what to build because there wasn't much. And I had many room ideas I posted a long time ago, before, like on the old SAKTK server. I can't get any screenshots of that because, unfortunately, that server's deleted now. But yeah, I had so many room ideas, and I was like, hey, I would be down to give you guys some ideas or help out in any way I can. And Hex brought me on to the team. Hex was very supportive of me joining the team, and I really appreciate that. The first real building I did with Hex was really important. When I was brought on the team, I had a lot of fun that November. That November of 2021 was such a fun time building with Hex. We got so much done because we both were allowing each other to put our creative ideas forward and to really make something that we felt would top off Aberration's old area. So obviously we made a lot of changes and stuff has, happened. But I think the main thing I want to emphasize here is that this area was meant to be about Aberration and like her area and give background. And so of course, some rooms that I did make ended up going in the canceled rooms video because they didn't really follow build rules. I wasn't the best with build rules at that time. Some rooms were like 56 studs when it has to be 10 stud sets, like 10 by 10 or 10 by 20. It can't be like anything like 51 or something like that. So obviously those rooms in the canceled rooms video got canceled for a good reason. And building is a process. It takes a lot to, make drafts and continue and adding. But the idea behind the building really started to change. And I don't know why, but just things stopped going as well as they did. And the main reason for this is every time I built a room, it felt like the room had to be, switched a ton or just completely changed to a completely new purpose. And, I was fine with this because, hey, it's the building process. I understand that we need to, change the room or mess it with it so it maybe fits your view. But when I say your view, I mean it literally because the vision I had for Sector 2 started to really not matter as much for the final product. And it bothered me. I was like, I thought this was more of a collaborative effort. I understand that, Hex has a good idea of what he wants to do and put forward, but eventually things started getting really bad, guys. Eventually it became a thing of Hex just wanted to completely redo the entire map, like completely. And that was devastating because I was here building and I was doing so much for Sector 2, and then I was told that all my rooms were just concepts, that they weren't going to make it ever, that I was being set up for failure. And that is so bothersome because I was here building rooms to be built for rooms. I wasn't just building rooms to test the waters here. I was building rooms for a final product in the vision of Aberration. But this vision changed so drastically. I disagree with how Sector 2 has been managed, especially since I wanted a team effort. But the point is, I steer this ship now. It sucks that Hex quit, especially since he left me with this build that I really didn't have input on. But the instability of Sector 2 will stop. The reason Sector 2 has taken so long to get out is because the build kept changing and shifting, because the lore kept changing. And so some rooms would get canceled and we have to redo stuff, especially since, he wanted to redo the entire map at one point, which I showed in the screenshots. But the goal is that I want to make Sector 2's lore simple. I want to just keep it simple and then fill the lore around the build that we make. And so there is hope for Sector 2, especially since the lore is stabilizing itself anyway. So the Sector 2, I hope it keeps on going. And, especially since there is hope for this. Sector 2 hopefully will be getting a new builder. Homer is setting something up for a new application, so I'll be working with someone else. And I will actually be able to have input on these builds. It's going to be a lot of fun being able to add on to what Hex has done. Obviously, I can't guarantee if stuff from Hex is going to stay, especially since there are some issues with the build. But this video just exists to tell you guys that, hey, Sector 2 has, been having issues. Sector 2 will have a future, even if it's unknown how it will go. But my biggest question to you all is, do you want this area to be a futuristic area? Or do you want it to fulfill its original purpose for Aberration? Let me know in the comments what you guys really want. Do you want gameplay? Do you want decoration? What is your priority? Obviously, I'll be listening to Homer, so I can't guarantee I'll be able to do exactly what you guys want, but I do want you guys to tell me what you want because you guys are important. Player base matters for what we need to build. But anyway, I hope you all understand why Sector 2 has been really frustrating for me to develop, and hopefully the future will not be frustrating. So thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and like the video to show support. I hope Sector 2 survives.